sit there and have a good little film. I just don't know what are you doing?
I'm doing our vlog of the our holiday. So we're sorting out directions. And it's currently okay, Capri is. And it's currently 12:15. And there's only a few hours until our flight.
Well, a few hours before we have to get picked up.
Oh, true.
Our flight's at 7:10 in the morning.
We have just arrived, kind of, at the hotel.
Yes. After being locked out because you wouldn't let me in.
We didn't manage to sleep last night, but we slept on the taxi to the airport and we slept on the airplane. I shall have this chocolate, and I hope it's not mint.
Yeah, I'll have this chocolate then. Oh god, what's it going to taste like?
Oh, it's white chocolate.
Yeah, it's white.
Oh, hell no.
What's in it?
Puh. You like nuts?
I don't mind nuts. But what else is in it?
I don't know. It's just like a nutty truffle. And I hate nuts, so... I don't know whether you want the spit out.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
We're probably going to be finding a tour bus and if not, just generally walking around.
Once we left the hotel on the first day, we went to take a hop on and off tour.
And the audio was just basically talking a lot about myths. And so we didn't really listen that much. We were kind of listening in and out what she was saying. But it was really picturesque. It was so nice.
And they played random music in between, which
was
kind of weird, and then it just suddenly stopped.
Sometimes
and I kept thinking my audio broke because it just suddenly stopped.
It'd be 3 seconds long sometimes. It's okay.
And I stood up on the bus, which I kept getting hit in the face by branches and stuff, and trying to take pictures was kind of difficult. Near the end, I didn't know what you were trying to do when you grabbed my leg. I was like,
what?
I think it was just being silly when you did that. What? And then once I sat down, I realised it's because of the actual person who came upstairs.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to be standing up, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that's what you're doing. I thought you were just being stupid. I was just trying to take this picture, so it's but we didn't get around all of it either. We got off in Sorrento, so I think we missed a couple of one other stop, I think. Or two. But I don't think what did we do in Sorrento? We just looked around.
Yeah, basically
the market and the shops and stuff. Yeah,
there wasn't. I mean, in the market, it was just kind of the typical tourist stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was to do with lemons because it was lemon trees or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty much every shop had something to do with a lemon in it.
And then did we walk back? We walked back, didn't we?
Yeah, but first we saw Catherine's parents and then we had a cocktail.
Oh yeah, we had a drink.
Well, I had a cocktail, you had... I'm not going to go there. You had lemonade and vodka.
Yeah. And then we walked...
We walked for half an hour.
Back, and it took half an hour, yeah.
It felt like it took really, it felt like it was really long, but we were so tired and we didn't really talk.
I know, I couldn't believe the traffic.
No.
How everything just kind of pushes in and goes wherever it wants. And if you want to cross the road, you literally just jump out in front of all the cars.
Yeah. And there's a really funny car where it's one person in it. Yeah. It's a little small truck. It's so...
Yeah. And it goes really slow, and it's holding up all the traffic behind at one point. So,
and loads of people have mopeds, like they're all
definitely.
over the place. When we got back, I think we just like rested. I fell asleep. You talked to your parents. So we went to the beach and oh shit. So we went
it was only like a 10-minute walk from where we was. Literally just down the street.
Sorry, yeah, too.
So just down the street, but as we was walking down the street, we kind of like, there's a little bit which has Stop laughing.
Sorry.
There's a little bit that has like a little garden, there's steps you can go down to it. Oh, I'm saying again now.
Yeah. I forgot they had to explain that before the beach part.
So there's a guy stood there with his
with his jeans around his knees and his pants.
Yeah, I saw him first and then looked away, and then Holly saw him and apparently jumped.
Yeah, he jumped back in shock when I saw him.
Which I don't really know how he could be shocked when he was facing the pavement with his pants down.
And he obviously wasn't weeing.
No.
Because we didn't see him do that, and why would he have his jeans round? We don't know what the hell he was doing.
No, what was he doing?
And the fact that he was like embarrassed by the fact that we saw him, I don't understand. But anyway, we got a lift down to the beach.
Yeah.
There was a really small sandy beach area, and then there was a bigger deck area, and we went on the deck.
Yeah.
And we were like facing the cliff, because the reason we had to take the lift was in order to get through the cliff and not having to walk down it.
We just went in at the deep end.
Yeah.
Which was freezing when we first went. Oh, and it was all like green, the steps at the bottom.
And there was some quite, I don't know, it's quite gross in there really.
There were like lots of things floating, like I had a cigarette floating around and what seemed to be a sanitary towel.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed there for about 7 hours. Which is quite a long time. It's a long time being at the beach, like a long time.
It was really hot. Yeah. We went for ice cream, then walked up the cliff.
Yeah, we walked up that time.
We walked to Sorrento and back for like half an hour.
Yeah.
But we were actually taught that time, so it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't seem so long.
That we didn't talk at all.
Yeah.
What was we talking about? I was talking about politics.
Oh yeah,
basically. Part of it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And it was really busy. It was like so much traffic. And we're walking down the street, and there was like street performers on the side. There was like a variety, some talented,
some not.
No.
But some were like, you know, the guy who was like sat there with his head under the top of his shirt.
Yeah.
And then he had like sunglasses which appeared as if they were like floating, and then the hat above that.
Yeah. So he was like,
and people
invisible.
but people were so amazed by it.
Yeah.
They went and like took pictures with him and everything.
They did like a double take, like
yes.
What?
Yeah, that was quite funny.
And there was a guy who did balloons.
Yeah, but he was right next to the person who did like really awesome like spray paint and stuff like that. Like they were so good, the pictures that he did.
And there was like a market where it was kind of like a car boot sale where the stuff they sold was really like random, and it was just kind of like clearing out that crap. There's like china and stuff, but we saw a corn on the cob telephone.
Yeah.
That was just weird.
I can't even...
There was like a taxi sign. There was like a giant goofy. After we finished walking down the road, we kind of turned around, went back and had some cocktails.
Yep.
There was like
the same queue.
Yeah, it was the same place that we went to on the first day.
Oh no, when we left, I left my hat on the table.
I left my Pepsi under the table.
Yes, but I luckily, when I was going to the toilet, I kind of remembered that I left my hat to go back and try and get your stuff back a bit awkwardly because we didn't really know what to do, who to ask.
I just went to the table and picked up the Pepsi and the people didn't even react when I just went under the table to... But yeah, I was expecting them to be like, oh, what are you doing?
That's normal behaviour, right? If people just randomly going under the table and just... But yeah, and then we came back, didn't we?
We got up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Left about 9. And then we went to catch the train, which the Pompeii tourist stuff, basically straight as you got out. Yeah, there was just houses there was columns there, and I had an information booklet which I read out.
I guess I didn't really expect there to be stuff that pots, pans, and people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that there would be some, but then I guess everything had been taken away soon.
There was a sectioned off part where there was the vases together and a few people
in their life positions as the pyroclastic flow hit, I think it is.
Yeah.
But,
and there's an animal as well, but it was quite sad really.
Yeah, I think the first one was alright, so just kind of lying down. So, but then the second one was looked like it was crying, kneeled. It's a little ball, and then I think it was a wolf, the animal, I don't know, that kind of looked like it knew what was going to happen.
But we left early because we thought we'd be too tired.
Yeah.
And basically we just wanted to get to Mount Vesuvius.
Mm-hmm. So we had to find the tour first, which we knew was outside the train station, but we went out a different way to the entrance we went in. So it was just walking around trying to find where the train station was again, and eventually we found it because we had to ask people where to go.
When the bus arrived,
then we started up this hill up to the top of Vesuvius. We just zigzagged across as it went upwards, but it was so bumpy.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
You kept getting bashed from side to side.
Yeah, it was constant.
Which was kind of funny too, watching everybody getting bashed around.
But he was on the phone the entire time, shouting down the phone.
Oh my god, I didn't even know. What?
What, really?
I thought he was just talking, shouting out to other people on the bus or something.
No, it was on the phone.
I didn't even what?
And it was the road was it wasn't wide, it was enough for one bus. And there was just a small fence around it.
Yeah, so wooden fence as well.
Yeah, so we could have easily just toppled off the side and rolled down. Yeah. But yeah. It was nice.
I took some pictures, but it was so hard to take pictures. It was shaking so much. They're probably all a bit wonky or blurred.
When we got up to the bottom of Vesuvius, we had to walk up.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that part. That wasn't my favourite of the day.
We started off at the back, which didn't really help.
No, but I was tracking behind everyone.
Yeah, but we had already been walking around for quite a bit as well, though.
I know. I was huffing and puffing, and I was holding my breath every time someone walked past me, so I wasn't so embarrassed about it. But yeah. Oh, honestly,
I took quite a few photographs.
It was so painful. Okay, so when we got to the top, we saw some steam coming off of the volcano. And we kind of walked around the edge of the volcano and took pictures of the scenery and stuff.
And there was a little souvenir shop at the end, but there wasn't really anything else. And then on the way back, we saw somebody go over the fence, and he was like stood right at the edge of the rock, right next to where the crater is, and he was doing a handstand with only one hand, like right on the edge, so somebody could take a picture of him, which was ridiculous, because if he fell, he could have literally just fallen straight into the crater. And then on the way back down, it was really slippery, so we had to be careful, like we didn't slip.
Then when we got to the bottom, we were waiting for the bus again. And this time we sat at the back, which was even bumpier on the way back than it was on the way there. To Capri Island. And that's what you say every day.
Yeah.
So we're taking the boat there, and
we're going to try and get the chairlift.
Yeah, and then walk down
for about 40 minutes, supposedly.
Down the mountain. And I guess we'll just look around.
Yeah. Now we're on the ferry. It wasn't that long a queue. I mean, it was a long queue, but it got quite fast there.
Yeah. The ferry was expensive.
Oh my god. It was like 35 euros each. I didn't expect it to be that much. It'll be like 20. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the chairlift though. Your reaction.
Yeah. I wasn't sure when to do it at first, and then I decided to. I don't even know where it is. When we got to Capri, we're just kind of like, we were wandering, I guess, for a long time, because we didn't really know how to get to the chairlift.
Yeah, because I couldn't type into my phone, because I didn't know what it was called. But then we managed to find a picture of it, which had the name on. So I typed that into my phone.
Because she has GPS.
Yeah. So we got directions, and luckily most of it was just walking out one way. So we just had to get just 5 minutes to get to the main steps or something, didn't it? And then after that was literally just walking up the same road all the way up to the top. But we didn't realise it took us like an hour and 20 minutes, something like that, to get up there.
It was so
all
tiring.
uphill. There was no flat ground, at all.
And steep uphill as well.
Yeah, and it's loads of steps.
Over 900.
That guy was like, "Are you really going to do that?"
Yeah, there's not many people who actually walked up there. Because we saw
no
one when we walked up.
Yeah.
Only a few people were walking down.
Yeah.
And then we got to the top.
Yeah, which we thought maybe we'd miss the chairlift, because we thought we would have gone all the way up.
Yeah, we thought we were literally at the top, the very top of the island.
But then the chairlift still went up, which I enjoyed, but you didn't.
No, I didn't. I closed my eyes for the whole thing. A few times I opened them, but every time I opened my eyes, I'd freak out, and my legs would start shaking and my feet would shake. And I was wearing flip flops. I thought they fall off my feet or something. So I was playing a Winx Club theme song in my head over and over, and just focusing on doing that to calm myself down.
Yeah, because all the views are behind you. So I was looking at you nearly all the time, because I was just taking photos next to you. And then I thought you were just looking at the ground or something though.
No.
But first of all, I was worried about your flip flops falling off. But
I was hunched over as well.
I didn't really notice.
Oh.
I think I did take a couple of pictures though when I was nothing else to do.
And I was videoing the scenery as we were going up the chairlift, but obviously I had my eyes closed, so I had no idea what I was filming.
No. And all the pictures were kind of behind. So you wouldn't really expect them to be behind, so you didn't really film that.
No, it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was trees, so. And at the end, I still have my eyes closed. And the guy was helping me out.
Yeah, he was grab onto your arm and pull you around. Then at the top, there's basically just a restaurant at the top. And then it's basically just a viewing point. So you go around, take photographs, things like that. And then we basically just walked back down the path
That was like slippery. You had to watch every step you took because there was like stones and roots and stuff on.
And there's a really horrible spider.
Oh,
weird looking one with like funny colours and stuff.
Ooh.
I know. Oh, that freaked me out, wasn't like.
And that took a long time to get down, really. It was
it took longer than what we would have thought it would.
I needed a. And then after we got down from there, we had to walk down the bit that we walked up from.
Yeah, with all the steps and basically just steps. So we kind of thought it'd take like less time to go down.
Yeah.
But it didn't, especially because it made like your ankles really hurt. Like keeps going down all the steps all the time.
And it was so steep.
Yeah, so you couldn't really go down that fast.
And I was like holding on to the wall as going down. And at one point I put my hand on the wall and I just like, my hand was on a lizard and I just like shrieked.
Yeah, and it was quite loud too.
And there was like this guy that was sat on a step in front of me and he just like...
He looked round, like in shock, like he didn't know what happened. He thought something was really serious.
And then I was just like, I touched a lizard.
Yeah, and then both of us just laughed. And I wish I'd filmed that. That would have been quite funny.
And we missed our ferry by...
It's, an hour and 15 minutes. We missed it by.
We were worried we wouldn't be able to get on, and that was the last ferry.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh God, please let us on.
Yeah, luckily there's so many people that basically you just had to rip off your ticket anyway and just basically just gave it to them. So they didn't really look at the time on it, they just made sure it was like the right slip. So we managed to get on fine. Yeah. And then we found a seat fine, we didn't have to stand up or anything.
Because, oh my God, were we tired. Like, our ankles hurt so much. I feel like they were going to snap.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was tired when we went down Mount Vesuvius and stuff. But,
no.
That was...
But we literally were walking the whole time. The only time we stopped was still on that chairlift. And like a few little breaks for like a few minutes. Other than that, we've been walking ever since we got off the ferry to when we got back on. We didn't really do very much again.
So on day 5, we went to go on a
boat tour, kind of like a mini cruise thing, it said.
Yeah. Basically, it went round Capri Island and to
Castagna
and to Alfu.
Amalfi Coast, but we didn't go there.
Okay.
We had to get the train, which was at 9. Well, we kind of left enough time, we thought we did, the day before, to get up and to get ready and everything, but we didn't. So we literally had like a minute to have breakfast. But we did manage to get the train, it was actually late.
Oh, it was €28.
And when we got on, there's basically a boat with... there's deck chairs on the deck. So we got 2 of those, but we sat on the wrong side really for all the views. Basically had the side with all the sea on it. And then the other side had like all the islands and the views. Got off at Pistagno and we it was more like markets and beach area really.
Yeah.
So
it was like a high cliffs with houses like along the edge. When we got there, we kind of looked around a bit, looked around the marketplace.
Yeah, and then we got some lunch. And then we went for a swim in the sea. I was like swimming in the sea and you just stood there like a guard watching our stuff. I know I didn't want to get nicked either. It was like we both had cameras and iPods in our bags still. And so we spent like half an hour in there before we had to go and wait for the boat again, which was late. So we just had to wait on the side.
We got the train back to the hotel.
Yeah.
rested for a bit and basically just got ready for going to Sorrento town later.
Yeah, and you and you did my makeup before we went as well, which was nice. We went down. We kind of thought we might have a drink, but we ended up just looking around the markets for a bit.
Yeah, we were just looking for gifts and souvenirs.
Yeah.
Although I didn't really find anything.
No, but I got a thimble. And then we pretty much just headed back after we looked around, walked onto the side road, which is to the hotel. We kind of saw there
was a guy standing by his car.
And then when we got closer, I kind of looked at him, and then I saw his hand start to go towards his zip on his pants, or on his trousers, and then he took his dick out, and then started walking towards us. Funny, really confident, look at me
swag way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I saw that Catherine was walking into me, so I looked over and I just saw him with his junk out. I was like, oh. And I just grabbed Catherine and walked as fast as I could.
Yeah. So I was kind of glad that you did. It's reassurance, just quickly walked past him, but I think he still walked, and then we just kind of carried on speed walking.
Yeah,
because we was right near the hotel entrance, and I didn't even look.
A bit spooked, but we were just laughing our arse off.
Yeah.
Because it was just so unexpected.
Oh my god. And then as soon as we got into the hotel, I felt a lot more relaxed, and I'm kind of glad it was our last day, because
yeah, we would have been a bit funny about going out again. So day 6, we were leaving for Rome, and then the taxi came an hour early, so we're rushing around trying to get it done.
Yeah, I hadn't packed anything yet, so we all kind of had to just shove everything in our bags.
And on the journey there, it was 3 hours, wasn't it?
I think it was something like that.
And we just kind of amused ourselves again.
And we basically just relaxed in the hotel for a little bit when we got here. And then we went out and had a walk around the area.
Yeah, we're pretty close to the
Vatican City.
Yeah. So we can see the top of it from our balcony.
Yeah, I had a funny angle, yeah.
So we kind of walked down the road, and we kind of saw Vatican City. We went through some tourist stuff, and a lot of it was stuff with the Pope on.
Yeah, definitely.
There was Pope bobbleheads, Pope statues, key
It was
rings,
everywhere.
T-shirts. It was
anything you wanted, you could have got that.
And kind of walked towards the river. Then when we got to the river, we were oh, so tired. We could just go to the hotel right now.
Yeah, and it was
so a lot of the day was at the hotel. But
yeah,
just
so more of a relaxing day, because tomorrow's going to be pretty busy.
Yeah.
And then Friday's probably going to be quite busy for at least half the day as well.